Hey everybody, this is the video you've been waiting for. Today, I'm going to reveal the winner of the free giveaway for the Raza 8-inch and the Skywatcher EQ6R Pro. And I gotta say, it was a very difficult decision, way harder than I actually thought it would be. I received over 150 entries, and of those 150 entries, there was probably at least 10 to 15 that were finalists I thought would really be well qualified to receive the Raza and the EQ6R Pro. Unfortunately, I could only pick one winner, and I wish I could have picked more, but obviously I can't clone these things, so that's just the way it is. And without further ado, the winner of the contest is going to be Chad Painter. Chad had a really heartfelt email, and in there he described how he's done a lot of outreach for both NASA and JPL as a volunteer, and he also does a lot of other volunteer efforts for outreach for astrophotography. He's also located in Utah with some fairly dark skies, so I thought he'd be the perfect candidate for this gear. And you could see a little bit of a bio here on Chad over on his page at the university. So congratulations to you, Chad. And now what we're gonna do is actually head down to Utah and deliver the gear to him. Before we do that though, I wanted to give you guys some insight here into the new house. As you can see, I've got a new recording studio. I'm not sure how the audio is gonna sound in here yet. I did hang some foam, but it still sounds kind of tinny in here. So if you do have any advice on soundproofing a room, be sure to leave a comment. I'm definitely gonna need that advice because right now I don't think this room is gonna work as it is. And as I mentioned, the whole point of this giveaway was because here at the new house we're renting, there's no way to do astro from the premises. And rather than trying to lug all that heavy gear around, I don't want it sitting in the garage for at least a year, so that's why I had the contest to begin with. However, despite all these challenges, there have been some nice things about the new property. My favorite is the family of raccoons that live in the backyard. There's 5 little kids there and the 2 parents, and it's a lot of fun to sit and watch them run around the yard from sunup till sundown and even in the middle of the night. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there. So that's gonna do it for the intro part of the video. Again, congrats to Chad, and stay tuned. If you were a runner-up, I'm gonna be having an announcement for you at the end of the video. I don't have a list of the runner-ups yet because I'm still kind of narrowing it down. But point being, you might still be able to win something even if you weren't the grand prize winner. All right, well, that's gonna do it for this segment of the video. Next, we're gonna hit the road and make sure we get this gear delivered safely to Chad down there in Utah. Morning, everyone. So today's the day. I got the car all packed up and ready to go. There's a whole lot of gear here. And we're gonna be doing about a 7-hour drive today down to Central Oregon. I will be headed through the Columbia River Gorge, which should be a nice view. Hopefully I can get some footage for you as long as it's safe. But if not, I guess I'll see you guys next over in Oregon at our destination today, where I can hand over the gear to the contest winner. Well, it's been about 400 miles since I last talked to you guys. It's been a pretty busy road, so I haven't had much time to record video. And we still have another hour till we get to the destination where we can meet the winner. Before we get there though, I wanted to give you guys 2 announcements here for the channel. First, I think I'm going to try doing a live stream series here on YouTube. I know a lot of people do that nowadays, but I want to do something a little bit different because the whole point of this would be almost like an office hour where you guys can come in, ask your questions that you might have. I get a ton via email, and that's still only a fraction of the YouTube subscribers. So I figure there's a lot of good questions out there that I might be able to help answer. Another thing I'd like to try is editing the photos in real time. So maybe you have an image you're struggling with, you can send a link in the chat, then I can go through and try to edit there, and we'll discuss what we find. And we'll at least give it a try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but it's at least worth a shot. The second announcement is I'm going to have my biggest sale ever for the courses over on HowTube. And the reason for that is because with the way the economy is going, people definitely need a break right now. So I figured if I can save you guys some money, that might really help out. And based on the feedback I've gotten, the courses, especially the Deep Space course, have really helped a lot of people out. And I want to make that more accessible to everyone. Now with that said, if you did purchase the course recently, I'm going to be offering free lessons to anybody within a certain window, probably up to a month or so. because there's nothing worse than you buy something full price and then it goes on sale. So I figured the least I can do is, again, if you bought the course probably anywhere through July, I'll reach out to you on HowTube or via email, and we could schedule a free 40-minute lesson, and that should help out. All right, so that was the 2 announcements. It's starting to get really hot here in the car, even on top of this mountain. So I'm going to continue on to Baker City, and then we'll meet the winner and hand over the gear. All right, we finally made it to our destination. Let's go meet the winner. So I'm here in Baker City, and I've been through here a few times actually. There's been a lot of trips back and forth from Washington to Kanab, so it's kind of a nice stopover point if you're trying to do that. Better make sure I lock the car. That's the last thing we need. Yep, I think I see him over there. Let's see if I can move you guys around. Hey, Chad, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Peter. How you doing?
Good, how about you?
Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you too. Well, everybody, Chad is the winner of the contest. He submitted one of over 100 applications between all you guys. And like I said earlier, it was a really hard choice because there were just so many great applicants, but I really think that Chad's email in particular stood out. So good job, and I'm excited to finally get all that gear to you. So
yeah, we're super excited.
Yeah.
Looking forward to sharing with the community and the outreach program that we have, and really helping. I think it's going to be great. Teach a lot of people about astrophotography and astronomy in general. So it'll be fun. A lot of people keep their heads down, don't really look up a lot, and any chance and opportunity that I have, I like to share that with people, and especially youth and kids. And so I look forward to utilizing this and giving a lot of people the opportunity to see what they don't always see. So I volunteer for NASA and JPL as a solar system ambassador for the region that I live in, and I do community outreach with scout groups and different sky enthusiasts. There's different groups where I live that they meet monthly or every 3 months or whatever, and we do star parties. I also help with summer camp. We have a STEM summer camp that we do every year, and I usually try to do kind of a early in the evening star party for those kids. And my experience with astrophotography, I've got a Skyguider Pro, and I used to have a larger visual telescope that I utilized, and I have some smaller ones that I use for the kids, stuff that I'm not super concerned if they end up knocking over or breaking, but I've been really wanting to get more into astrophotography and kind of take things to the next level. So this is a great opportunity to do that, and I'm excited to do so.
Yeah.
And the gear's going back to Utah again, so
yeah, that's a good point.
It'll be nice to be able to get the skies down there again and see some of the stuff that Steve did with that. And I look forward to maybe in the future having a kind of a follow-up video or something along those lines, maybe that we can see some of the images and maybe even do something with First Light. Great thing is the Bortle 1 sky that's fairly close to where I live, I can get cell signal out there, so I can do a Zoom call directly from a Bortle 1 location. So
yeah, cool. All right, well, I'll put you down for that.
Excellent.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it. I'm gonna flip you guys back around here. If I can work this thing. Yep. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pack up all the gear. I'll show you just how much there is, and then I think we're gonna start heading back home today. So see you guys in another minute. So here's what we're working with. I don't know if you guys got to see it earlier or not, but we got the EQ6R Pro in this big guy. The Raza's in here. We got the tripod. We got a big old box full of stuff, and then we got the 2 cases up front. So now we have the fun task of loading all this up. So we probably, you sure?
Yeah.
All right. We got the tripod here.
Wish we could have stacked and left one of the seats up.
I think we just about fit everything in there. Cool. Almost. There we go.
Awesome.
All right, well, thanks again, Chad. It was great meeting you.
Appreciate it.
Sebastian.
Great meeting you.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, I'll probably see you guys later in the video. I'm gonna camp out somewhere tonight, but that's all I got for you right now. Hey guys, I ended up driving the rest of the day, probably till about 10 p.m. I found a nice spot up in the mountains, super quiet, nobody up there, even had a nice view of the stars in fact. So I spent the night up there, woke up around 6 a.m. and now I'm down here in the forest just kind of chilling for a bit before I head back home. And I don't think I've ever showed you guys this, but let me swap you around and show you how I lived out of this car for 4 years. So it's kind of tight, but there's usually a board up here that goes across that holds the camera gear, and then my little prison mattress in here. I've got a side seat that normally has a plastic container full of camping stuff, and that's really all there is. I mean, this is how I spent 4 years, and I guess that was one of the things actually that inspired Steve and his wife to do what they did. Is they saw me doing this kind of thing, and they had been doing something similar out of their Sprinter van, so just another connection there. Anyway, before we go, I wanted to talk about runner-ups, because as I mentioned earlier, there's so many great entries. There's at least 10 or 15 people that I thought really deserved the gear as well. The only problem was I only had one set of a Raza and the EQ6R Pro. So I will be thinking of some different ways to have some runner-up prizes. Unfortunately, I don't have anything concrete yet, but just stay tuned. And if you did submit a good entry, you might receive a special email sometime in the future. That's all I've got for you today, though. I got to get home and still figure out some problems with the new house and then go from there. So hopefully if I can get everything ironed out, I will see you guys in some more videos. But for right now, I'm gonna enjoy the forest for a little bit this morning. Thanks for watching. Thanks again to everybody who entered. It was a very difficult choice, I have to say. And that's all I've got for you today, though. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I can see you in another video.